Routers can range from very simple devices to something that can get quite complicated, but today we have the Netduma R3, which offers some advanced features in a simplified way with its DumaOS. We have some really special gaming features on it, but they do come with an asterisk, so let's see if it is worth its $200 launch price. The R3 comes in a very good looking box which tells you all about its features on its back. Inside this box, you'll get a flat network cable, the power adapter, and then there is the router which has detachable antennas, so you'll have to take them out and attach them on it. The R3 definitely has that gaming router look without going too overboard. Its angular spaceship-like design does look eye-catching, and the RGB lights can be customized with different colors and patterns and can even be made to react to your gaming activity. At the backside, you'll find 4 Gb LAN ports, a Gigabit WAN port, a WPS button along with a USB 3.0 port that only supplies external power at the moment. It has white LEDs to tell you the status of different things, which look nicer than colored LEDs. I think that the biggest highlight of this router is Netduma's DumaOS, and I have to say that it is the best router interface that I have used. It gives you this high-resolution dashboard with a dark mode that can be changed, and all its features can be quickly accessed, and they have made everything really easy to understand. There's also a mobile app that offers an identical UI which keeps everything very consistent. This is a gaming router with special gaming features, so we have a geo filter here which only lets you match up with servers which are located within the custom geographical area that you can set. Then there's a feature called steady ping which adds a ping buffer which may slightly increase your ping, but it keeps it more steady so you can aim more reliably. There is a ping heat map section which lets you see the pings offered by different game servers all around the world, which is pretty cool. Then there are the regular router features like a smart boost section which lets you prioritize different kinds of traffic so the Facebook video that your dad is watching won't interfere with your gaming traffic. There is a network activity section which lets you see how much data different devices have transferred. Then we have a very nice representation of the topology of devices that are connected to the router, which also allows you to block internet access to them. This router even features a built-in ad blocker which I found to be quite effective, and it even blocks the ads in Android apps. There is of course a speed test on this router, and then another very interesting feature that we have here is a ping optimizer. So because of your network traffic, the number of devices connected to it, and many other reasons, your ping may get affected negatively, but the ping optimizer analyzes your traffic and it tries to lower your ping. The improvement you get can vary a lot. It may give you a serious improvement, it may just tell you that you are already at the best ping possible, or it may give you some minor improvement like in my case where I was able to get a 3 to 4 milliseconds lower ping. If you have a lot of devices connected with a lot of traffic, you may see bigger improvements here. I wasn't able to confirm if I was getting a lower ping or a steadier ping with Rainbow Six Siege at least, as the ping variations are too big from my location, but some other tests that I did showed a positive result, and other publications have found the congestion control and ping reduction to work really nicely. You can set internet rules that allow you to block specific kinds of traffic at different times on specific devices, which is very advanced. There is a hybrid VPN feature that hasn't arrived yet, and there are some other router features like port forwarding. So the Netduma R3 is of course packed with a lot of features, but some of these features don't work perfectly at the moment, and this is something that is in development constantly, so you should see improvements in the future. But that is something that bothered me about this router, because you would want to have a finished product while you are buying it. I think that this may still be in the pre-order phase, so I don't really mind not having some features, but being able to plug in a pen drive or a hard drive for data sharing is a very basic feature that is available on cheaper routers, and they have mentioned that they are working on adding that, but we don't have an exact timeline. Some other features that this router doesn't have is being able to set it in access point mode or using it as a Wi-Fi range extender or a mesh mode. You can kind of use it as an access point by just connecting your network cable to its WAN or LAN port, and that mostly works fine. But let's talk about its performance now, and this is a proper Wi-Fi 6 router, so you are getting all of the benefits like OFDMA and client scheduling. I tested its throughput with an ROG Phone 3 because I was surprisingly able to get higher speeds on it than my S24 Ultra. I was able to get 827 Mbps in my new studio while keeping the phone very close to it. With single and double brick walls in between, the speed didn't get reduced by a lot, and even in my balcony, where I have 3 brick walls in between, I was able to get 200 Mbps, which is very impressive. The 2.4 GHz results really confused me because I have never seen speeds over 300 Mbps on this band, but I was able to get that, and as we kept increasing the distance and the number of walls in between, it still performed well. So the range is definitely good enough to cover my entire 2000 square feet studio, and its wall penetration abilities also seem to be really good. Once again, this has been the best performing router at 2.4 GHz that I have tested, and it is of course also good at 5 GHz. So my overall impressions on the Netduma R3 are positive, but there are also some things that keep me a bit skeptical. The gaming features like the ping optimizer can be useful, but at least I wasn't able to see some features like the geo filter working correctly, and even when it would work, you will have the option to see and choose which servers you are connecting to in most games. At its price of $200 to $250, it does have good things like a nice design, a really nice user interface, some gaming features that could be genuinely useful, and it is also a well-performing router, but then it also lacks some important features like a range extender mode and an access point mode that will allow you to use it in many use cases, and even the USB port functionality is in the process of being enabled. I also found that connecting to DumaOS was not always easy. I do appreciate the work that the Netduma team is doing on this router, and at $50 to $100 more than a similarly performing non-gaming router, they are not asking for a lot for something that is as specialized as this, but the true potential of this router still seems to be a couple of software updates away, so you'll just have to check how things are with it at the time that you are watching this video. I will have links to check it out in the video description. Let me know your thoughts about this router. Give the video a thumbs up if you found it to be informative. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.